Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzin Pattaya. The show we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information, and advice. Joining me today, I'm delighted, is Mark at One Stop. How you doing, my man?
Hello, Trevor. How are you, my friend?
You're mobile again, buddy, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm walking again. You're on a stick, but walking.
Right, that's fantastic. Yeah. Those of you who don't know, Mark's had a fall and had some serious problems. So those of you guys that keep asking me, how is Mark? He's walking and about.
I'm on a stick now, so...
Next video, you'll be running.
No, I doubt that very much.
Do we do a jog down Beach Road?
No, it's not happening.
Right, so now... Today's video, it's important you listen to this because I get asked a lot of questions about this. I know Mark's getting inundated with emails, etc. What is happening with this entry? Please clear this up. Because
the DTAC, Thailand's digital arrival card.
Okay.
So many of the guys will remember getting on the plane and filling out the little slip of paper and they handed it to immigration and they gave them a little portion back. It's basically the same as that.
Okay.
Okay, with a few little additives to it. So it's done online under the DTAC, part of the e-visa website. So simple enough to do. You need to download a passport. You need to download your flight details coming into the country and exiting the country, and your accommodation, basically. That's the three main things.
So just take a picture?
You scan it, basically, in JPEG.
Okay, so people that are at home think, right, I've got to come across that don't have a scanner. They can just take a photo, download it.
You can do it from your phone.
Right, okay, so download a picture of your passport.
Passport, your flight itinerary, and your accommodation, where you're going to stay.
And when you say flight itinerary, do you mean a copy of your flight ticket?
Flight ticket.
Right, okay, that's good.
And they may ask for proof of funds. I've not done one yet. They may ask, but I doubt it very much.
Okay. And so in terms of proof of funds, what's the amount?
20,000 Thai baht per one person. 40,000 for a family.
So if you're coming over, you've got to have a minimum of 20,000 or a maximum?
That's a bank statement.
Okay, so you got to have a minimum of 20,000 provable income to come through the... Okay.
Provable
funds.
And
two people with 40,000?
Yeah.
And what if you've got kids?
Well, it's 40,000 family. They class as a family.
Okay.
So the thing about this now, a lot of guys ask me this question. They're coming to stay, they're not necessarily staying in a hotel or in a condominium. So they're coming to stay with their girlfriend.
Right.
So this is going to be the address. Now, the easiest way to do this is get the lady to write them a letter of invitation.
Right.
Okay? And with the full address on it to say that they're coming to stay with her at this address. And that covers your address.
Right. So when you say a letter, it could be like, I don't know, hi, Trevor, I want you to come and stay with me. This is my address.
Yeah.
The place to stay from this date to that.
This is my boyfriend. He's coming to stay with me from this date to this date.
Right. Okay.
Now, you'll notice when you open it up, it's a 30-day single entry, the DTAC. And I think they put that in line because they're moving the 60-day back to 30.
Yeah, I don't know why they've done that.
No, stupid. Absolutely madness. It worked really well at 60 days.
Mm.
So that's how they cover the address. And obviously a signature would be handy, and possibly a copy of the lady's ID card.
Right, okay.
Would probably help if she can download that. So that covers guys who are coming to stay with their girlfriends. Otherwise, if you've got a hotel, you show the hotel confirmation or a condominium. Whichever.
So if I'm not living, let's just say I've got a long-term rental and I've gone back to the UK for whatever reason, I'm coming back out again, do I have to show a copy of my rental agreement?
Your rental agreement, or just give the address.
Or just your address, okay.
If you're on a long-term rental, you're usually on a long-term visa, so you'll be showing your visa anyway.
Right.
In the online digital application. With it, please remember the rule of you're here for 30 days initially because that's what the entry is going to be reduced down to. You have to have a forward, onward, or return flight within that 30 days. So when you're downloading your flight, remember to put a cheap, if you're staying for 2 months, for instance, or 3 months, you're going to do an extension, do a cheap flight out the country you never use.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to bounce back on you. Also, you can't do it until it's 3 days before you fly. So it's the last 3 days before you fly, you can do the DTAC. Don't bother trying before then because it won't let you do it.
So 3 days before I'm about to come out, that's when I got to do it.
That's when you do it. It honestly takes about 5 or 10 minutes maximum. A couple of people I know have done it, and it flew through in minutes. No.
So they've got to have an exit flight.
Yeah, but you have to have an exit flight now to conform with immigration. If they ask you that is, they want to see your exit flight within the exemption period, which is 60 days now, but it's going to be reduced to 30. Don't know when it's going to be reduced to 30. 1st of May was the plan, but I've heard nothing, and that's usually a sign that they haven't got it ready.
Right. So online, do all this, and then you're entitled to come into tournament.
You're entitled to come into Thailand.
And what kind of things are likely to catch you out? What kind of things do you miss, or have you got to be exact on the point? I mean, are they thoroughly checking everything?
I think they thoroughly check everything. Really, yeah. It's going to be
Wow.
checked. You need to do that exit flight within the 30 days. That's going to be one of the key things that's going to bounce you back.
So if you do an exit, so let's just say I'm here for 3.5 weeks and think, right, okay, I'm going to go to Cambodia for 3 days and come back in. When I come back in, have I got to do the same process again?
No, technically, yeah.
Wow.
It applies to every foreigner. The only people that are exempt from it are Thai nationals. Doesn't matter what visa you're on a work permit, you're on a retirement visa, you are subject to doing the DTAC.
Wow. Good job I'm not leaving, isn't it? I ain't doing all that.
I came back last week. I didn't have to do it, so.
God, dear. I mean, why have they done this, do you think?
I think it's just to keep an eye on who's coming in and out of the country. Yeah.
It's a shame, because that 60-day I thought was really good.
Oh, it was magic. It really worked well for me.
Yeah. I mean, so many people used to come out and go, oh, yeah, I'm here for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. It's brilliant. And now, obviously, it's gone back to 30, which is a shame. But, obviously, they've got their reasons behind it. But, just a shame.
Even if they reduced it to 45, it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
To go from 60 to 30 was a big jump.
Yeah, it halved it. So, right, there you go, guys. So, we're going to talk about other stuff as well. But just to go over that again, if you are in any doubt whatsoever, please get in touch with Mark. I'll put all his details, as always, in the bottom of the video description there. But get in touch. It might sound daunting. A lot of people I know, oh, I don't like this online stuff, and if it doesn't go through, it is very daunting. But at the end of the day, step by step, bit by bit, if you're uncertain, ping Mark an email. He answers all, and please be patient. Mark gets so many emails every day. Please be patient. He will get back to you. But yeah, just go through that step by step and come out. That's it. It's always
Simple as that.
It's as simple as that, really. Right, bank accounts. Let's talk about bank accounts.
Bank accounts, okay. You remember we had a recent big hiccup with bank accounts, and they were closed for a while and whatever. We can still do bank accounts, provided you fit the criteria now. My criteria in Pattaya is quite difficult, but we can help you to get them in other provinces.
Okay.
So
when you talk about criteria, what do you need to have? What's the score?
You need to be 50 plus now to open one in Pattaya, and you need to pay for the bank's 1 year insurance for accident policy, which between me and you is not worth a lot of paper it's written on, but for the first year only.
Right. So 50 plus, take out the year insurance.
Yeah. Unless you're doing a retirement visa. If you're doing a retirement visa, I've done a deal with a bank where they don't charge the insurance.
Okay. And in terms of paperwork, what do I need? Proof of where I'm living?
Proof of accommodation, we can help you with that. You need a driving license, a valid driving license, or a good valid second form of ID, and your passport. That's all.
Right. Okay. All right. So if you are coming out and you want to open a bank account, again, come and see Mark and the team, and they'll go through everything with you and help you out. Has there been any change with the visas?
Not really. Most of the visas are pretty stable now. The retirement visa is very stable. It's back to the way it always was.
Yeah.
There was big mentions of it going up to $1 million, but it's not happened. It's still at
800,000.
And even if it goes to $1 million, it's not going to make any difference to any of the guys coming here. Yeah. We can assist them with that. The other thing with bank accounts is before we drift off on it, DTV holders and education visa holders can no longer open a bank account once you have these visas.
So if you're on an education visa, you can't...
Education visa. If you're on the education visa, you can no longer open a bank account here in Pattaya.
Wow.
The same with DTV. They're not allowing you to open a bank account. There was a lot of problems with the DTV and the banking system.
But I mean, if you're here on an education visa, you've got to have a bank account.
Yeah, you think so. So
you can't put your money in your pocket all day long.
The reason I'm highlighting it is guys who are going to go onto these visas, if you do it beforehand, then you've got a good chance of getting the bank account.
Wow. Why do they do that, though?
No, it's madness. Madness, especially in the education.
Well, yeah, because if you're here on an education, what's that, 18 months, isn't it? 18 months education visa. Well,
most people roll it over.
You're gonna have to need a bank account.
You're gonna need a bank account.
There we go, guys. All right. So if you're on your education visa, get in touch with Mark if you need a bank account. In terms of driving licenses,
very much the same. Nothing's really changed. We're doing them now on a Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday instead of a Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
Because it's so busy and we're doing so many of them now. So we're doing them on 3 days a week now instead of 2. Exactly the same system as it was before. Nothing's changed there. Tourist visas, we're doing a lot of tourist visas at the moment, especially for the UK. They're pretty quick at the moment, 4 to 6 weeks. Not really going any further than 6 weeks ever. So that's pretty good. And the same for Australia. America, 6 weeks again.
So if the guy's here with his girlfriend and he wants to take his girlfriend back, what's the procedure?
Okay, see, he needs to have known the girl for at least 6 months. He needs to have shown some financial support, keeping a money trail of that financial support, so paying her into a bank account, if he pays for bills and whatever, your condo, if they've got a shared condo, if they live together, try and put both of you on a rent contract, it helps.
Yeah.
Because it shows you cohabitating. It's all about the girl, really. She needs to have reasons to come back to the country. That's the most important
that's
thing.
what I was going to say.
So if she's got children, if she's got property, she's got land, if she's got even a car and a motorbike, it's a reason to come back. It's an asset. They're all valid reasons for her to come back to the country.
Yeah, so that's a lot. I've been told a lot is like, it's all well and good going out, but they want to make sure that she's going to come
back. Yeah. You'll be amazed how many do disappear.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly.
Wow.
It's not highlighted, but that's the reason they do it.
Yeah. So
particularly in the US.
Got a reason.
Particularly in the US, yeah.
See, I would have thought of England.
Yeah, well, there's the fair share go missing in England as well, but...
Yeah. Well, if you're walking around, you see someone says, "Should be loving you meant to be back inside."
They just disappear, And unfortunately, it's the guy who sponsored them. He's got the backlash from immigration.
Well, yeah. And just very interesting you said that then. So I want to paint the scenario now. So I fall in love with this girl. I'm out here and I've been supporting her and backwards and forwards, blah, blah, blah. And I think, right, Joe, I'd love to bring you back to England. So we go through all the process. I do everything that is required and they give me the stamp. So I now take her back to the UK, to London, and she does one. How does that affect me coming back into Thailand?
It won't actually affect you, but they will come and interview you and they'll want to know how long. Oh, yeah, most definitely. An alien doesn't. It's at the 6 month period because the visa will be for 6 months.
Yeah.
So 6 months period when she doesn't come back and she's not registered as empty in the country, you're going to get a knock on the door.
Wow. Guys, have you experienced that? It'd be really interesting to hear your feedback on this. Has anybody taken a girl back to their homeland, their country, and, she's done one and left you in the lurch? I mean, what's been your experience? How has that worked? And if you do share that information, please, guys, don't start berating, oh, you're an idiot. None of that. I don't know. You just get deleted and blocked off the channel. But if you wouldn't mind sharing, because that would worry me.
I've only ever had one.
Have you?
One. Yeah.
Wow. See, I've done it the other way. When I've come over here, they've took me out of my car. I didn't need to go back to the UK. She did it.
All you can, yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah,
so, in terms of like other service, just to give a general idea, what other services do you provide?
Okay, we do transfers of cars, motorcycles, obviously licenses, renewals, first-time licenses, first-time bike, motorcycle licenses. If you haven't got one on your own license, we can either send you to school or we got a couple of other methods we can use.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we do, obviously, like I say, we do transfers of cars and motorcycles.
And on a transfer of a car, one thing to note on that one is when you buy a car out here, you've got to get it in your name.
Yeah, get it into your name.
Yeah, because if you don't, it's not your car.
It's not your car. And also, a little tip for you, try not to buy it out of another province. Try and buy it in the province you're living in because it is hell on earth to get it changed over.
That absolutely just boggles my mind because, like, I've had it where I've been stopped by the police. And they've stopped me in my car. The only reason they stopped me is because of my number plate. Because you may or may not be aware, but on the number plate, it says what province you bought the car from. So Bangkok, Pattaya, Chonburi. It will say where it is you bought the car, where the car's registered in. And if you go out of that, so when I go up to Korat, I've been stopped before. They're like, "Where are you going?" I'm going to see my wife and my family. Why? Oh, where are you staying? I'm like, well, I'm staying in Pattaya. I work in Pattaya, and there's my work permit. Here's my visa, and I'm going to see my wife in Korat, and this is where we live. This picture of my house. Okay. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's all down to the number.
Yeah, yeah. So like Mark says, if you're not planning to travel around much, and you just want a car for convenience, you're here long term, you want, or a motorbike even, try and get it in this area in Chonburi, because if you go out, they do have a look.
And a little bit of advice: buy it off a dealer or a reputable.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of these Facebook things and selling on social media, a lot of them are not what they appear to be, shall I say.
And that's such a good point. No, Mark, when I bought my car, I bought it off the dealer on the Sukhumvit Road, and they were brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But like you say, and I've seen it and heard it before, people say, I bought a car and it wasn't even theirs to sell me. And, and the trouble is out here, you ain't got a leg to stand on.
Same happens with condos, sometimes they re-rent condos and stuff like that, so go to a reputable realtor or do your due diligence before you actually sign the paperwork,
And guys, if you got a visa, you do the 90-day reports as well.
Yeah, if we do your visa, we do all your 90-day reports. So if you're on a long-term visa, we will do all of your 90-day reporting.
Right. And the guys that are coming out here that are over 50 now, think, John, I'm going to come out here to live. What's the process to get the long-term visa? How's
Okay, see, the long-term, the most flexible long-term visa for a guy over 50 is the non-retirement visa. It's easy to maintain, cheaper the second year. Obviously, the first year is quite expensive. It's add a multiple entry or a single entry permit. You've got the flexibility to go in and out of the country. Very little can go wrong with that particular visa once you have it. It takes between 21 and 28 days to complete it first time round.
Right.
The renewal will take 4 days. So after 15 months, because you get 15 months the first time, you get 90 days of non-immigrant status, then a 12-month extension of retirement. So you get 15 months, and then it's renewable annually at the 15-month point every 12 months. So, and it takes just 4 days to get it the second time around.
Oh, wow. And when you say about multi-entry, what's the difference in cost? If I do a single entry or a multi, what we're saying is, like, you come over, like I had it myself, and Mark kind of helped me out. I had a single entry, and I decided I wanted to go away, which I hadn't planned on in that year. And so, of course, I had to change my visa, which you did for me. In terms of the cost, what's the difference?
There's about a 3,000 baht difference between the single entry and the multiple entry. I advise people when they're here and they don't really know what they want and they don't know if they're going to travel, to take a single entry just for emergencies in case something happens. For instance, like Songkran, when the government buildings are all shut, you can get it at the airport at the last minute, but when government buildings are shut, there can be a queue there as well. Yeah. And you've got to do it before you go through immigration, otherwise you lose the visa. So I say to them, get a single entry just for safety if you're not sure whether you're going to go out or not. Right. But lots of guys get a multiple entry the first year thinking they're going to do all the neighbouring countries. And actually, a lot of them waste their money and don't do it. I had a guy yesterday, he actually did that. He said, I never used it.
Yeah.
And he said, I remember you saying to me, just get a single. You can always get one and one day to get another one,
Yeah, I mean, apart from me going home, which I've been home 3 times in 11 years, I've been to Cambodia and Cambodia and Singapore, that's it.
Well travelled, aren't you?
Yeah. Trouble is, when you get it, you don't want to leave.
That's exactly what this guy said yesterday. He said, I've got to enjoy life so much here. I thought, what am I bothering going out for?
I mean, I'm going to go up to it and try and play that, but I don't go out of the country. I'm happy. I'm happy here, so yeah. Right, there we are, guys. You've had all the information. If there's anything you're not sure of, I can't stress it. Just get in touch with Mark. I'll put all his details in the video description down below. Get in touch with Mark. Please be patient. It's not going to be an instantaneous reply. It might take a day or 2 days, whatever. Please be patient. But Mark will get back to you. He does answer all the emails, and you're in safe hands here. Come and have a chat with Mark. So thank you very much, my man.
Some days I've got 100 emails, so
I send you 50 of them because I forwarded one. I just forwarded one. As soon as they people miss, I'm like, forward, Mark.
Sort that out.
I'm like, pass. I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll give that to you. All right, guys, there we go. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. Like I said, it's an update on what's going on. If you are at any stage uncertain about anything, just get in touch. It will take you 5 minutes to write your email. You'll get the reply, and then it will save you a headache possibly in the future. So there we are.
On the Discord channel, I put a little video up about the DSAC.
There we are.
Peter's also got one. Peter from Thailand, he's got one on each side.
Yep.
So it explains it, from the government's point of view.
Right. So yeah, jump in the Discord, guys. The Discord link's in the video description, and if you have any problems getting on Discord, just ping me an email, and I won't forward that one to Mark.
No,
I'll do that one. All right, there we are, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today. As always, please remember the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. If you haven't, have a look at kick.com/Buzzin, uncensored, unfiltered videos about the nightlife here, etc. So have a look at that for us, guys. Jump into Instagram, it's going to be about nightlife, and TikTok is all about daytime stuff here. And what we'll do is we're bringing out a new feature very soon where I'm going to go and jump in with people like Mark and Peter and all these other people, just do a little snippets in TikTok about up-to-date information rather than doing a full-length video like we've done today. So it'll be instantaneous. So please have a look at TikTok, guys. Jump in the Discord. Discord's over 22,000 members in there. It's packed full of information. Exactly what Mark's saying there. You can get up-to-date info straight away. Put your question there, and either Mark or other experts will answer the question relative to whatever you're asking about. And if you'd like to support the channel, please become a member. If you become an elite member, please send me confirmation through for your elite membership. And in return, when you come out here on your holiday, we'll give you a Buzzin member card, which gives you a free local spirit or free local beer in my bar every single day of your holiday, as well as other benefits and restaurants, etc. around in the city. All right, there we are. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, please, wherever you're in the world, stay safe.